Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Anthony Blake Jr. with Flawless Fantasy Football. Back with a mid/early/mid-ish news and notes for you guys. I couldn't wait to Saturday. Too much stuff popping off. If I waited to Saturday, all this information would be old news, but we just can't do that. So we're just going to push everything out to you right now. Got 2 videos to drop tonight. Have to make the waiver show video tonight. So that'll be dropping right after this. So here we go. We're going to push through this information and hopefully you enjoy it. Hopefully it's beneficial to you. But we're going to get started like we always do. We're going to start with the quarterbacks. First off, there was no trade deadline. Came and went today. Thank goodness that's over with. So we can stop talking about Deshaun Watson going here, Deshaun Watson going there. Deshaun Watson's not going anywhere. Okay? So we're done talking about that for now. Let's get on to what really matters. Saints, Taysom Hill is on track to play this coming week. Actually, we don't know if he's actually gonna play, if he's gonna start, or is he gonna come in and do the utility stuff like he did with Jameis and stuff like that, and when Brees was there. So we got to see how that works. I, for one, believe because of the QB that stepped in, his work this past weekend, I believe he's gonna start, and then they're gonna kind of rotate him in and do that typical Taysom Hill type stuff, you know. So that's what I believe, but we'll see. I don't have to rely on it. Hopefully you guys don't either. So Russell Wilson and the Seahawks. Russ is trying to get back. He's trying to play Week 10 against the Green Bay Packers. He wants to play, you know, that dude's a dog. You know, we saw his injury. We saw it's like his finger turned like sideways or whatever like that, you know. So we saw his injury. You know, we'll talk about something else later. But that, like I said, that dude's a dog. He's trying to get back out there. But the coach say, we'll see. He still got to get the pen taken out of it and stuff like that. But nevertheless, that's the type of person I like to see. Like, just trying to get back out there to help the team be relevant and put W's on there. You know, kind of like Baker Mayfield. You know, so I like that mentality. I don't like when, you know, that soft, flimsy, make excuses, everything got to be perfect type thing. I don't like that. So, way to go for Russell Wilson. Jameis Winston. We saw his unfortunate injury. He tore his ACL. He has MCL damage. He's done for the remainder of the season. It was 7-7 and seemed like they had good control of the game, even though it was a 7-7 game when he left out. But hopefully good things have happened with him. I think he's proven in this short amount of time when he was the starter that he can actually be a quarterback of relevance. That he doesn't have to be a gunslinger that throws 30 TDs and 30 interceptions. So I think that's helped him long term. And kudos to how he played. Because I believe he could have played better if they actually let him throw the ball. But, you know, I believe he did pretty well. So I'm happy for him, even though it's unfortunate. Y'all saw how after they beat the Buccaneers, how he was on his crutches and he was in the crutches dancing and stuff like that when they had the music going. That was wild. I thought that was pretty tight. You know, I was like, this dude's supposed to be hurt. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. But, you know, hey, guess what? That was an epic win for them, and it was good to see them happy. Even though I had Tampa Bay defense and they gave me a 1. But I still won because I had a team. All right, now enough about me. All right, so with the Jets, Robert Saleh, he kind of smiled and kind of chuckled when they asked him, you know, was Mike White going to start? You know, because, like, obviously the dude was like, hell yeah, he's going to start. You saw what he just did? You know, the 400 and all those TDs and beat Cincinnati that was hot as hell. So, yeah, that dude's going to start. I can't wait to see him Thursday night, prime time, against the Colts, legit defense. Let's see how he does and how he performs. I tell you, if he does well, he come out blazing again, yamming that thing to Pittman and hitting the guys, and he throw for 300-some yards and 3 TDs again. Ooh, it's going to be a quarterback controversy. I already feel it. You know, I'm rooting for him. I'm not even invested into, well, you know, not really. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not really invested in him personally. But I'm cheering for him. So that's it with the quarterbacks for now. So we're going to go with running backs. Chris Carson is trying to get back, and he wants to play. I'll be honest with you, out of 2 of the 3 of my leagues, 2 out of the 3, I have Chris Carson. Let me tell you something. I was on the verge of cutting him, you know, because I don't mess around, but he didn't quite make the cut, so I held on to him. And plus, I tried to limit me capping off on these people and cutting them like that. But he wants to play, and obviously he should wants to play. Maybe there's some of that Russell Wilson, rubbing off on him. But he's had a whole bunch of weeks off, so he's trying to get back week 10 as well. But I think Russell make it back before him. So I think we'll see though. Maybe both of them come back week 10, or maybe both of them definitely be back week 11. But either way, both of them are close. So we'll see what happens with that. With the Rams, skip the Rams. No, talking about the Rams. Scratch that. With the Colts, Marlon Mack did not move. He did not move. So everybody can stop talking about Marlon Mack going to this team and that team. Marlon Mack had his freaking shot. I don't think he'll be a franchise running back again. Even if so, he'll be in a platoon somewhere because, it's not that many teams that have a lead back like that and just be taking all the work. But he's with the Colts, so he's gonna be there. So it's just that simple. But it's not his job. So it's Jonathan Taylor's to lose, and hell, in this climate where all these running backs laying down, who the hell knows, The Titans, we'll talk about the main Titan news a little bit later towards the end of the interview, the video. But they signed veteran running backs Adrian Peterson and Dante Foreman to the practice squad to elevate them up to the active roster. Well, Adrian Peterson for sure. So everybody's all geeked up by Adrian Peterson. Listen, I understand because we see old Adrian Peterson. We see that purple. We see that Viking. The dude 36, okay? He ain't the same AP. I'm not knocking him. I would like him to come in and do well, but if people expecting to see him just going through and trucking people and acting crazy, the dude 36, But I think he'll have some spots, but let's be realistic. They're not going to give him Derrick Henry's workload. But if you need somebody with some volume, snatch him up, or a lot of people already actually put him on their team, even though waivers hadn't came already, because he's a free agent, people were able to go and grab him. He wasn't on the team, then people was able to go and grab him, so they didn't have to wait to waivers. I found that out. That happened in 2 different places I saw it at. Like, how the heck people pick out Adrian Peterson already? It's because he was a free agent, and he wasn't on the team, so he didn't have to wait to waiver time. So that was the reason. But trust me, some people was hopping right on it. I guess they knew the loophole or whatever, but I don't think he's the answer like that, but he'll have some games. So, with the Bucs, head coach Bruce Arians basically laughed and kind of mocked. I mentioned he mocked and laughed last week, but at the end of the day, he said he's not trading Ronald Jones unless he gets something, extraordinary. So people need to chill with that, thinking that, Rojo, let's get Ronald Jones because he doesn't run them. No, he enjoys that 1-2 punch that he has in Tampa Bay. And plus he said, one little nick, to the starter, and Rojo goes right in. So he wants Ronald Jones to stay on the team. I know some Ronald Jones truthers are want to see him unleashed, but that's Ronald Jones' home for now. Stop talking about it. All right. 49ers, Elijah Mitchell. He's been a limited participant today in practice. Had a little rib issue. So the owners, you might want to pay attention to that. Or if you're feeling froggy, you go get Michael Hasty and see, because if they shut him down, Hasty gonna be the starter. Because Shanahan hate him some nice Sermon guts. You know what I'm saying? So he don't like Sermon at all. You know what I'm saying? So take it for what it's worth. This is not the waiver show. It's something else. So the Jaguars, James Robinson, he missed out, fortunate to miss out on an injury, on a foot injury. So he's day-to-day. But if think he'll miss this week, I believe he'll miss this week. But I'm glad because I projected him to be an RB1 this year. So I'm up, and I don't like the way they did him with bringing in ETN and stuff like that. So I'm rooting for him. That dude's still a monster, and he a dog, and he get it done too. So I'm excited for him, and I'm glad that he missed an injury. All right, to wide receivers. Wide receivers, Deshaun Watson. No, sorry, not Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Jackson. He's been released. They let him go, and as they should have. They were trying to seek trades. I mentioned this last week. They were trying to seek a trades because they were having a mutual, hey, you go look for people, I go look for people, but nobody wanted a 34-year-old wide receiver. Not in this day and age. You already got youth coming up through the wide receiver core. So they released him today. And he might get on later or he might not. All depends. But he was released. We'll talk about Henry Ruggs towards the end of the video. And the Giants. What is wrong with the Giants? The Giants, every time they look like they're in position, the wheels fall off. It's like you had Kadarius Toney. He had a thumb injury. They said during the game the other day they say he had blood all coming down it. So you had Shepard go out. He had an injury. Dante Pettis went out. I'm like, hell, don't they want me to come back there and line up at wide receiver? You know what I'm saying? You be ready because they gonna jam me and I ain't going nowhere. But hell, give me some extra, give me some pass and give me some tights. I don't like the tight real pass, tights. So I wouldn't be able to help them either. But dang, they was down to hardly nobody. So it is what it is. Let's keep it going. 49ers said that Deebo Samuel's nursing a calf injury. Look, I'm going to tell you something. I did not see this coming from Deebo, but it seemed like one of them always kind of hurt, but it's like one is up and one is down. So it's either one is not hurt. I'm talking about between Deebo, my 49ers, Deebo Samuels and Brandon Ayuk. One either hurt and one's down, or one's down and one's up. But this time it's like one's in the doghouse and one's getting all the freaking treatment. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But I'm happy to see it as far as Deebo's perspective because a lot of people were jacked up on Ayuk, and I just wouldn't have stayed away from both of them because it could have went either way. But I'm happy to see him balling, and that dude's freaking elite, so I hope he stay healthy. With the Jets, Corey Davis, they say he has a chance to play Thursday night, but did not practice today. And even though he said he was feeling better, he seemed to say, we'll see. That's the response that he gave reporters, which doesn't really signify on a short week playing on Thursday night if he didn't practice today. So we'll see with that. And I don't think he will play, but that's just my little opinion. The Falcons, Calvin Ridley. This comes as a shocker. It's fine. Rankings are rankings. Preseason rankings are preseason rankings. Because you never know what's going to happen. It don't matter if it's injury, hook or crook or what. This guy, I'm hoping the best for him, but obviously he just made a statement saying that he was going to step away from the game for a certain amount of time because he was wanting to take care of his mental health. Hey, listen, I'm not the one to knock that because I understand how important mental health is because I'm a person where I don't let anything compromise my peace of mind. So I definitely understand that, but he has some things going on and you got to take care of him as a person first. The football and the Falcons come second, and that skill set will always be there until Father's time decides to take it. But that's no time soon because he's young. So he'll be away from the game for a while. Don't know exactly how long. We'll talk about possible replacements on the waiver wire show in the next video. It's coming soon after this one. With the tight ends, Noah Fant just today got put Tuesday on the 2nd. He got put on November 2nd. He got put on the COVID reserve list. So he'll miss a certain amount of time. I don't know if he'll get cleared by Saturday. Possibly, most likely not. By Sunday, most likely not. Washington football team are expecting Logan Thomas to return to practice after the bye week. So Ricky Seals owners came kind of part ways with him and cut him because Logan Thomas is going to be back. So just make sure you make those provisions. You ain't got to hold on to Ricky Seals Jr. Ricky Seals and press forward with making the transaction accordingly. All right. And other news outside of fantasy per se, just as far as team related stuff, the Steelers traded pass rusher Melvin Ingram to the Chiefs. Okay. Listen, I find this to be comparable to what the Broncos and the Rams did. It seems like these elite teams, Chiefs and the Rams, they're making these moves to kind of position themselves for the playoffs and that deep run. So basically, the Chiefs defense should be a little bit more ramped up having another pass rusher in Melvin Ingram. As everybody probably knows, that happened before that. Yesterday it happened to Broncos. Von Miller got sent to got sent to the Rams for 2 second day picks for 2022. So, you know how like, if they were real competitors, it'd be like, man, no, I ain't giving you this guy so you can win. It's like, it damn near seem like they helping each other out. You know, it's like, what other help? You already got Donald over there, and Aaron Donald and other little pieces. Now, I'm gonna give you $5 million too, so you can just sack everybody. You know, but hey, it is what it is. So they making that play push for the Rams. So yeah, Rams gonna be there. Just that simple. So we're after Matthew Stafford. All that stuff's been in play for a long time. But nevertheless, hey, listen, if it's your first time watching this video, if you haven't watched in a while, make sure you please press like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and comment please too. You know what I'm saying? If you watched this far, and let me know if you liked it. You know what I'm saying, or any type of recommendations. That you can tell me that I can possibly add to the show. All right. I want, in all seriousness, I'm gonna take a moment of silence for a second, if you can bear with me. All right, now that moment of silence was for the unfortunate incident that happened with Henry Ruggs. It was reported that he got into a major car accident early Tuesday morning, which would be late Monday night, you know what I'm saying? Well, but got in a fatal car accident, not with him, but he had minor injuries, but the person that was allegedly in the other car. I saw the pictures. That's all you got to do is Google it, and you'll be able to see it was pretty horrific and very very bad accident. Other driver passed away allegedly, and it's being reported that he was under the influence allegedly, and so if that's the case and all those things turn out to be true, in which you have to let the process take place. It's possible that we've seen the last of Henry Ruggs, unfortunately, if that's the case. But let the system play out and see what happens. But either way, it's confirmed that the other passengers did pass away, so that's what that moment of silence was for, because it's just bad news all around and very, very unfortunate. Last but not least, we'll close this show out with talking about my main man, Derrick Henry. All right. I'm going to just go out there and make this short and sweet. I don't know nobody that's more of a Derrick Henry truther than me, And long story short, supposedly he has an injury to his toe or to his foot. And he's scheduled to have surgery today on Tuesday, November 2nd, to his foot. And reported to be out 6 to 10 weeks. So even at 8 weeks, that put him back in time to playoffs, and people expect him, and his teammates expect him back to the playoffs. I haven't seen any type of footage yet to show me when he hurt his foot or when he had this major injury in his foot. Much less he got hurt like darn near in the middle of the game and he finished the freaking game. So you're telling me this dude's gonna he's gonna finish the game but have something wrong with him? He's gonna miss freaking 2 months? I find that to be very fishy. Above the pace to get 2,000 yards, and then this mysterious injury shows up. Guys, listen, and ladies, if you're watching, NFL is entertainment and it's a business, okay? Entertainment and it's a business. I'm not trying to tell you what to believe and not to believe, but I believe it's fishy, and if I had to put my next paycheck on it to find out the truth, I would believe that he's not injured at freaking all. That's all I'm going to say about it. Flawless Fantasy Football. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Press like, comment if you need to, subscribe, and we're going to push this waiver wire video out right after this one. Flawless Fantasy Football, baby. Peace.